I'm Jackson Mitchell, and thanks for joining me for Brookland's fastest morning newscast. Election day results are still coming in from states like Arizona, but everything on that in a minute. Here's your top headlines we're following this morning. City races and who won those. The flu has begun for your health news. County races as well as the prosecuting attorney race. All issues, what passed, what didn't. State level and federal level races, and then lastly a look at your first forecast, what Saturday will feel like, and what to expect in the next coming days. Brookland's fastest morning newscast officially begins now. Only a few city races were held. Nobody ended up challenging current mayor Kenneth Jones, but there was one other race in a decision. Ward 3, Position 1. Was up for election. Incumbent Martin Crane with challenger David Loggins. This race was one of the few being far away in numbers. David Loggins has taken the win with 60%, Martin Crane with only 40%. Now to health news, the flu has begun. It's that season again. You may have noticed more coughing and possibly not feeling too well yourself. This has come from the outbreak of flu. According to the CDC, 39,016 people are the average number of the influenza virus positive tests weekly. For all of your Crackhead County races and who won, stay with us. In the constable race, David Chadwick, Democratic candidate, and Chris Ayers, Republican, ran for election. Chadwick for re-election. Ayers took first place in this race with a big win, 58% more than Chadwick. Now to the circuit clerk race. David Vaughn, Republican, and Deborah Johnson, Democrat, had a pretty good race on their hands. Vaughn did win by 34%. We did have a pretty controversial race on our hands, which would determine if the Crackhead County Library would be defunded. The county voted yes 22% against citizens, which voted no. The library did say it would have to make some accommodations by laying off 3 to 5 employees, as well as closing down some after-school to summer activities the library holds. The library did say they'd be good for the rest of this year, but those changes would have to come in next year. In the prosecuting attorney race, Sonia Fontasiella and Martin Lilly went against each other. Sonia did win by 24% of the vote in District 2. For issues on the ballot this election, what passed and what didn't. Now, Issue 1, which is an amendment to the Arkansas Constitution concerning extraordinary sessions of the General Assembly. This did not pass, but lost by 26%. Issue 2, which is the Constitutional Amendment and Ballot Initiative Reform Amendment. This also lost by 24%. Issue 3, which is the Arkansas Religious Freedom Amendment. This again lost by 6%. Issue 4, which is the legalized cannabis for ages 21 plus. This lost by 16%, which disappointed some Arkansans, as some top business and politics polls showed that would win, and other polls created by multiple different sources showed that would pass, and it didn't. So some Arkansans are disappointed on that. To state and federal races for the Senate, John Bozeman, Republican, took the win over Democrat Natalie James, Libertarian candidate Kenneth Cates, as well as Independent Stuart Sherrill, by 19% of the vote. For the representative race, District 1, longtime Congressman Rick Crawford, a Republican, won this race over Democrat Monty Hodges. He also is a state representative. Crawford won by 38%. Now to state races, we have governor, lieutenant governor, as well as attorney general and Secretary of State. First off, in the governor race, Republican Sarah Huckabee Sanders took the lead after the first round of votes came in. The AP called it. Sanders won that race. Democrat Chris Jones and Libertarian Ricky Dale Harrington Jr. She will make history as the first woman governor for that. Now, The lieutenant governor will also make history as Republican Leslie Rutledge won this race. As the first woman lieutenant governor, she won over Democrat Kelly Kraut and Libertarian Frank Gilbert. In the Attorney General race, Republican Lieutenant Governor Tim Griffin won over Democrat Jesse Gibson by 27% of the vote. In the Secretary of State race, this is the person that confirms and makes sure that all votes are real and true, which we had very much controversy on that in the 2020 presidential election. Now, the current Secretary of State, Republican John Thurston, went against Democrat Anna Beth Gorman. She did lose by 16%. Changing topics to your first forecast. Early this morning, you may have seen some mixed precipitation. First snowflakes of the season, I say. It is about 7:07, and roofs are still having a little bit of frost and some snow. Mixed precipitation on the roofs. Now, a lot of rain did come through, though, which did help us all out, but it is freezing this morning, or just according to me. It's pretty chilly outside, so I would grab that extra layer. I might even need some gloves with my hands out here now, but you can expect a high of 47 and a low of 31. At the time of recording this, it is 32, so it's already changed. It's almost at its low. It is kind of cold out here, 31 degrees, below freezing. It'll be a bit chillier than yesterday. It will continue to get colder as the winter moves through, as well as we have this cold front moving through. I'm Jackson Mitchell. That ends your fastest morning newscast. I'm Jackson Mitchell, and have a wonderful day.